Hello everyone. So I'm Julia. I'm here tonight to talk a little bit about the preparation for the moon ritual. So the moon ritual is a project that I create to connect the moon and the woman all around the world. So this is a virtual moon ritual that will occur each month, once a month, in many parts of the world with the woman in their own houses, our own home with our own friends, but following the same ritual. Okay, so I will introduce a little bit more about myself. So I graduated in psychology in Brazil. By the way, I'm Brazilian. I'm from Florianópolis, an island on south of Brazil. And I graduated in psychology here in Brazil. But I deepened my knowledge, my studies in psychology, in yoga psychology, to have the approach between Eastern and Western view of how human being behavior and all this. I'm also did a course in yoga therapy in India, and by the way, there was that the idea of this project, the moon rituals, virtual moon rituals, come up during my stay on the ashram, because there I coordinate some women circles with the women that were there for the course. I already used it to work with women circle and the individual consultants with women. So I bring this work to the ashram, and the women there would like to continue this, to keep connecting with their own energy, with the moon and the nature and all this. And that's why I'm doing. So this is the first moon ritual in the virtual way, and let's see how it will be. I'm very excited and happy to spread this connection of the woman and the nature with the earth, with the moon, and with the other woman, and to spread this powerful tool that is connecting women with their own womb. Continue to my background, I'm also menstrual therapist. Menstrual therapy is a system of psychotherapy, brief psychotherapy, created by Zulma Moreira. That's an Argentinian woman that she created a system that consists in 6 meetings where we work with the woman and related to her own menstrual cycle. So during the month, a woman passes through 4 phases in her menstrual cycle, and we work in these phases related to their own life, and is we work in emotional body, physical body, energetical body, mental body, all together to bring more awareness for the woman in concern to her own menstrual period. And we work also with massage, naturopathy, and the archetypes of the goddess that runs through each phase of the menstrual period and each phase of a woman's life. I can talk a little bit more about menstrual therapy in another video, but today I just want to tell a little bit. And continue, I also aromatherapist. I did my specialization in Terra Flor, that is a company of essential oils from Brazil. And I work with this together with the other therapists that I work. And also work with flowers like bath flowers, but I work with Brazilian systems of flowers like Florais do Cerrado and Amazonian flowers. I also work with yoni eggs and naturopathy, natural gynecology, all together in my psychotherapy with women. So I have all these tools: yoga, menstrual therapy, aromatherapy, and flowers, yoni eggs, naturopathy, to work in a holistic way with my patients, my clients. And this I want to bring to the rituals. So what's the purpose of this ritual? How I said, the ritual will occur once a month in a predated in a date that I will say, and like everybody, every woman will do the same ritual in the same date, in the same moon. The idea is to change the moons, because changing the moon, we will change the energy of the ritual, and you can feel this difference. So my main goal of this ritual is to connect women in various countries, in different countries, with their own wombs, and bringing more, empowering the woman to live a life knowing about their selves. When we know about our menstrual cycle, we have more levels of intuition, harmony, peace, love. We know about our body. We know what energy is running in this phase, and we can be more activity, more. We can be actors of our life, not just spectators. We can choose what we want. When we know what's the energy that is running in our cycle, we can choose what to do, what not to do. So the purpose of this ritual is to connect the woman with their own own menstrual cycle, and connect woman with other women, to bring the feeling of sisterhood and acceptance, not in a competitive way, because we are beings that want to share. We don't want to compete like in the male way to live. We are not men, we are women, so this is our way to live. And in sisterhood, we can bring, we can feel supported with other women to overcome the obstacles. It doesn't matter the culture, where you born, who are your parents. We are women. We have the same nature. So when women get together, they get more strength to overcome everything, each obstacles in our life. And doing this ritual in different points of the planet, for sure, a network, our invisible network, will form and get more strength. It's like a spider net. If she just have one here and one here, one point here and one point here, it will be weak. And like doing a lot of points to interconnect, the net will be stronger. So if we do the same ritual in different points of the world, for sure we will have more benefits from it. And this is the main purpose of the ritual. So connect the woman with their own womb, with other woman, with the mother nature. Okay. So I would like to bring another perspective of menstruation, of the menstrual period. We used to think about our menstrual cycle just as two periods, the menstrual period and the pre-menstrual period, that we call with PMS, and we think in this way to think about menstrual cycle, we have bad things to think. Like during menstruation, we think we are tired, we are not able to do everything that we are used to do. We think we are weak, with pain and everything. And in the pre-menstrual period, we think we are irritated, we are with liquid in our body, we gain weight and emotional imbalance and everything. And I would like to bring the menstruation and the menstrual period as a power. And for that, I would like to bring some words of Mirella Ford, that is a very good author that writes about holy feminine. And she said, since the dawn of humanity, a supernatural, sacred, mysterious, and magical power has been attributed to the menstrual blood, because it represents the very power of creation. The menstrual cycle represents the duality of the Divine Mother, life and the fertility in the ovulation phase, and death and finalization in the menstrual phase. So what she means like this, in this phrase, that we have both energies within ourselves. We have the power of creation and the power of destruction. Each month, our ovulum is created inside us, grow inside us, and if it is not fertilized, it goes and we get our period. The blood goes out from our body. So we have this both force inside us. This is powerful. This is divine. So we need to use this in our favor. We need to use this to have the idea that we can do everything. If we can create a life inside us, we can do everything in our life. So I would like to bring the menstruation and the menstrual cycle as a power, not as a weakness. And more, Mirella continues saying that the observation of the menstrual cycle and its relationship with the phase of the moon gave rise to the old concepts of measurement and the passage of time, divided into night and lunations. So, in ancient times, we didn't have calendars. They didn't have a method to count the days, to count the hours. So the observation of the sunrise, sunset, moonrise, moonset was the way to know the day. And more, the month was counted by one new moon to other new moon. The humankind didn't know how to count, so they observed that between one new moon to other new moon there was like 28 days, and this was the first way to count the time. And the woman has like the same duration of her own period. So they link the menstrual cycle with this mother nature, the moon, and this way to construct and observe the time. And this was a very clever idea. And so menstruation was honored as a divine gift, which allowed for the structuring and development of society. And the moon considered the symbol of the creative energies of female cycles. So the woman was the blood, the menstrual cycle was honored, not denied in that time. So continuing the Mirella for words, the synchronicity between menstrual flow and lunar rhythm reflects the bond between the Mother Earth and the woman, who keep the mystery of life in her body, and conveyed the power of creativity, nurturing, and sustaining of the universe itself. So we have inside us these three powerful energies: the creating, sustaining, and destroying. We can do everything we want when we think about menstruation as that. So how I said, the difference between the calendars, like woman and man, I would like to bring here this idea. We are cyclical beings. We are the moon that regs us. The moon, we are like the moon. We have 4 phases in each month. And if you can imagine the sinus of a moon change each 2 days, and the sinus of sun, the zodiacal sinus, change every 2 months. So the men are linear, and we are living this linear pattern. We are not living the cycle pattern. That's why women are so disconnected, and we have a lot of problems because this disconnection of the moon. In ancient times, how I said, we used to count the months between in respect to the moon. So we have 13 new moons in a year, not 12 months. And this is very different perspective to see, because we have the 6 cyclical periods. We are not like that. When you take pills, anticonceptive pills, we take like linear pills, no? And sometimes we take one and one drop and the other drop, and we don't stop. Like we keep one cartel after another cartel, and this is a linear way to think about our nature, and that's why women are so disconnected. And I would like to bring another idea as the uterus as a sacred place, and for that I bring another good author that said, she can conceive and give birth, participate in the greatest mystery of bringing a soul into life, and yet we have forgotten or been denied that the deepest of this mystery of how the divine light of the soul creates a body in the womb of a woman, and how the mother shares in this wonder, giving her own blood, her own body to what will be born. So we have in ourselves sacred place. We can bring a soul into life. This is the most powerful thing, and I would like to bring this idea very clearly, because we need to remember this every day. Every day in a month, we need to remember that we have powerful inside us. We are sacred. We are divine. We are connected to the nature. And this is very, very strong. Because like that, we can do whatever we want. We can feel that we can do everything. And so, come back into the menstrual cycle and cycles of nature, I will just explain very fast a little bit, because I will go deeper in each moon. I will go deeper in each phase. So here, like we in the menstrual phase, when we are in our period, when the blood is going out from our body, corresponds to the new moon. So if we think in the journey of the ovulum inside us, here is the ovulum, and he starts to decrease like the moon. So during the menstrual period is the new moon, that we are more with the energy inside us. We are more introspective, and the new moon is the dark moon, is when the energy is in the inner, the deeper of ourselves. And this corresponds to the winter season. And the archetype in this phase is the wisdom woman, the witch. Is the most wisdom phase. Like we are more intuitive, we have insights, we have dreams, we can perceive everything. We are very with our Ajna chakra very, very activated. So after menstruation, a new ovulum starts to grow. The hormones grows, and we start to grow a new ovulum. So this corresponds the waxing moon, like the moon starts to increasing. This is because the hormones, and this brings the idea of spring. The season is spring. Like the flowers start to bloom, the animals start to get together, to procreate, and this corresponds to the archetype of the maid, the girl that turns to maid. Okay, and then after increasing the moon, we will have the full moon. Like the ovulum is increasing, and then in the ovulation phase it gets its bigger size. This is the ovulation, and corresponds to the summer, when the energy is there is high energy, when we are more opened, we want to dance, to share with others, to talk, and to get together with others. Sometimes women in this phase has more sex appeal, when the sexuality is more high energy, and this corresponds to the archetype of creator, of the mother. Sometimes not mother of a baby, but mother of a project, an idea. So this is the ovulation phase, and then if it's not fertilized, the ovulum, if there is no sperm to fertilize the ovulum, if the woman don't get pregnant, so comes the luteal phase, that the hormones start decreasing, and as the ovulum starts to um, be to decrease as well, like the waning moon. And this is the autumn. The season is the autumn, like the leaves of the trees start to fall, the animals start to go to their caves and start to storage food, and the energy starts, the temperature decrease, and the archetype of this is the sorceress. And then starts everything again. Okay, I will talk a little bit more in each moon ritual. So, how I said, the ritual will occur once a month, and it's very important to respect some elements in the ritual, like the altar. We need to do an altar in our home, to receive our friends, or even if we are doing alone, is very important. And in this altar, we need to have objects that represent the 4 elements. So we need to have water in a bottle for drinking after the ritual. We have to the incense representing the air element, a candle to represent the fire element, and a stone or a flower to represent the earth element. Okay, so we need to do this. I would like to invite you to use skirts during this ritual. Why? Because how I said, we live in a patriarchal society, a man's society, and when we use skirt, we are calling our femininity again for our life. And there is another reason. When we use skirts, we are open to the Mother Earth. Our connection to the Earth is better, is flowing better. When we use tiny and tidy leggings or something, we are stuck in our energy. So it's better to use skirts. I invite you to use skirts or a dress, or if it's possible. And the ritual will follow a sequence of opening activity, visualization, and closing activity. Okay, and I really appreciate that you girls take pictures, take photos of the ritual, and post in with the hashtag WeMoon ritual, WeMoon retreats, and WeMoon ritual, and the name of your city, because how we are doing in many parts of the world, is very good to get together in some way, somehow. And for me, it's very important to spread my job, my work, and I just ask you please to do this, okay? So everybody, every woman are invited to join us. I want to spread as much as possible to other women, and this is these are my contacts. You can add me and WhatsApp me. Please like my page in Facebook. I will put there all the content and all the videos and the photos and everything. I'm also available to talk to you if you want, if you need some advice about your menstrual cycle. I do consultants by Skype, so if you want, also I'm available to that. And I would just want to say thank you so much to join us and to believe in this connection of the woman with the moon. Okay, namaste.